family's incident, which became the first UFO-related encounter to be deemed historically true by state government or archived in the United States by a governor and historians and that sort of thing, wasn't because of the single episode, if you will, or encounter on September 1st, 1969 in Sheffield, Massachusetts. There were actually several accounts that took place before that. As a matter of fact, the first one was in 1966 that I remember. And then the incident in 1967, which involved our family as well, made the newspaper, it made the Berkshire Eagle. Yeah. And that article about our family's incident was actually rerun in 2020, I think.
Right. Wow.
And so why this is important is because it wasn't just one night that people saw activity in the area and decided they were going to, report it to the police or that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It was over years. And the reason it was so, I guess, up close and personal with people is because a lot of the manufacturing facilities in the area that made like capacitors, like GE and Sprague Electric and Command Aerospace and Pratt and all these companies that were making or manufacturing product for the government to beat Russia to space. So the space race was alive and well in the Berkshires back then. And so there was a lot of attention to the sky, right? There was, are we going to beat Russia to space? The moon landing in June 1969, all that. Well, those people who were talking about this and that worked for these manufacturing facilities used to eat in my parents' diner. So our diner became like this hub for conversation to talk about the secret space program.
Wow.
And those people that actually manufactured the goodwill message that was left on the moon by Buzz Aldrin in June of 1969, June 20th, I think it was, they would come to our diner. And the reason for that wasn't just because we had a good sandwich, if you will, that because back in the 60s, you didn't have a lot of music. You didn't have a lot of FM stations. So if you wanted to listen to music, you went to an old diner, right? And you dropped a quarter in a jukebox and you listen to the Stones or Creed and whatever, you wanted. But I'm just saying you couldn't listen to like FM or radio back then. There wasn't any radio stations in that area.
Wow.
And so